Stop going back to you. Back to you. Back to you. Back to you.
I have to stop going back to you. Back to you.
EPOS, the power of audio.
lovely sponsors, of course, being the Gaming Ground, the Gamers Ground, TGG, as it's better called, here live at UQ, where, guess what, that's where all this broadcasting is happening as well. Definitely a lot of fun down here. Do please remember to come check it out as well, of course, as the good old chairs behind me. Look right there, that's DQ Racing. Got to get that logo up front, as well as the Computer Alliance for helping to provide a lot of the tech. A big thank you to all of them for allowing us to continue for what will be another great season. However, enough about all of that. Let's get into the nitty-gritty. Who exactly is going to be in the running for those big prizes? We're going to take a look at our teams right now, starting with Conference A. This is also going to be where our first match comes from. That's going to be including Forest Lake Lions Green, TLC the Lakers Legends, STMC Black, Chisholm Maroon making their return after taking a semester off, TC Red, as well as the Marsden Maroon Makos, or Marsden Makos Maroon, Maroon Makos Marsden. It's the Triple M threat. Kind of rounding out Conference A. Moving along, Conference B. We have some fun teams there as well, including Marsden Makos Black, Chisholm Green, ATC Irish Warriors 7 and 8, TSS Cyber Sharks, and STMC Gold. We'll be heading there for our second match of the afternoon. We're going to get more into that in a little bit. And, of course, we have our Conference C. Conference C historically has been including some of the newer teams, although every now and then a team will stand out and leave its mark. So, we can take a look at the 5 schools competing there. You will see we have the TSS Cyber Sharks, STMC Gold, St. Peter's LC, SPCL2, TC Blue, and the Manta Rays White. So those are our 17 schools competing. But for our matches today, we're going to be sticking with Conference A and then Conference B, and we're going to be sticking a lot with the STMC. We'll be seeing the black side take on the Chisholm Maroon, followed by the gold side taking on the ATC Irish Warriors 8. Back to back, obviously both these matches are best of 5s. It's the start of what is a double round robin within these groups. Of course, all these teams will play each other twice. Well, throughout the season, 2 games being played today, one at 4:20 p.m., the next one at 5:10 p.m. All times, as you can see, are in AEST, as we are from Queensland here. Still, it's going to be a lot of fun. The return of Chisholm Maroon, definitely something that we are looking forward to sort of addressing and getting at, because, my goodness, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see how this school has improved. We haven't seen them since they kind of won it all back in semester 2, if I am not mistaken. Last semester, though, they weren't playing, as St. Edmunds came, kind of took over. They became that new number 1 team, but then we kind of lost St. Edmunds at the same time, so all of a sudden you got that swap back. As I do, look, if I had control right now, I would be able to turn it down for you guys. At the moment, we're just going to be waiting for that to be handled, so hopefully we'll be able to turn it down, and I won't be kind of, blasting you guys out entirely. Unfortunately, I can't. That's out of my control. But who doesn't want me blasting out your ears? I think you guys should be able to take it. I don't know. A little bit of ear blast to start off the season, I think, helps everyone. So that, don't worry, that will be fixed in just a few moments, just like it will be in just a few moments. We do go into our very first game between STMC Black and Chisholm Maroon. So that's going to be a very good matchup for sure. Also, shout out to It's Alexia. Great streaming on day 1 for OCE, by the way. Thank you. Thank you, Alexia. I hope you got to see day 2 as well. May or may not have been there. I don't know, back to back. Either way, I think it's high time we make our way to the pitch and get this show on the road. Just give the players the okay to go, and we will be right on down there. You should know the routine by now. Best of 5s, not best of 7s. That's saved for the end of the season, and not best of 3, because, well, you know how it goes. I was a XP Esports player last term. I am B. That's exciting. Well, this side, I hope you do enjoy watching, as it looks like the players are making their way onto the pitch, so too shall we. On the blue side, it will be STMC Gold. In orange, it is the ATC Irish Warriors. For STMC Black, my apologies, and it's Chisholm Maroon. For STMC Black, you have UTG, RL, Wise Vein Killer, as well as Ademo. Meanwhile, for the side of Chisholm Maroon, it is KFC Walker. Mountain still without the dew. Still hasn't been able to find that dew. Hopefully they'll be able to get there eventually, as well as Lasso. Now, This Chisholm Maroon team, to kind of go into a bit more of details about them, they have been one of the most longest standing lineups that we have seen consistently play throughout this league. And back earlier in the year to see them finally get that first victory, I think was a big monumentous moment for the squad of 3, as Walker's going to go ahead and get the first goal for them. However, they missed out last semester. I believe we can cite studying and being good high school students as the reasoning for it. Obviously, we do promote that idea of balance. It is important that you do maintain pretty much a healthy balance throughout all aspects of your life, not just in terms of practicing and performing and playing in esports, but study, eating, sleep schedules, all of that we do value here. And at that time, it felt like the players, I think, had to sort of be a bit more focused on their scholastic pursuits. But now they are back and already finding an opening goal within the first minute. It is quite clear that this team has not lost too much of its step. Mountain, with still without the do, kind of emerged as one of the stronger players towards the tail end of their semester 2 run. Lasso, though, always been a regular and always a threat on this team, as Lasso will go ahead and be able to get that goal. IMB, do I remember you? I would have to go back and watch the games. I remember the name IMB more than I remember Taiwan's one, so I think I remember you more as a player than I remember your team, for what that's worth. Moving right along, though, continuing along, it does look like a Demo might be having some technical difficulties right now and is going to be trying to rejoin the lobby. This is not a good starting sign, unfortunately, for STMC Black. As we watch this one again, Walker just right in front of the Ademo, who hopefully should be able to rejoin and get themselves back in this matchup. Don't imagine it'll be too long until they do get going again. UTG or Rocket League, though, is sort of that player to watch, as it actually looks like there's been a bit of a sub, as we see Cold Ice, the one who's stepping in right now. See if Cold Ice is going to go through, and it looks like we might have a bit of a server issue, although it is back to normal, so that's alright. That was just the players kind of jumping out and rejoining. It does seem like things have smoothed down for the time being. UTG Rocket League was the best player, I feel like, on a CMC play in the past. Actually had a lot of that solo ability. As we see another goal go through, this time Mountain still without the dude, just has that read off of UTG, who a little bit of that dribble off the backboard. Not quite what STMC was going to be looking for in this situation. A bit of a hiccup, a bit of a bumble, but they should be ready to come back. Also, as we do move along, I do believe that's going to be another goal. Mountain still without the do, making it a 5-0 lead. And this is typically where I say, alright everyone, time to kick back, relax, and get a little bit comfy, because it does look like we might be having ourselves a bit of a one-sided affair on this opener. Definitely not the start that SCMC Black was looking for. It's still time to maybe get a bit more momentum rolling in their favor, but the big story already, I feel, in this opening game has to be the fact that Chisholm Maroon has not seemed to have lost a step in their beat whatsoever. It's a team that historically has been, you know, pretty traditional when it comes towards Oceanic style of Rocket League. Very comfortable on the attack. It's been, in the past, their defensive rotations which have let them down. However, what I'm seeing right now, for the most part, is pretty strong consistency coming from the Soren side. Chisholm Maroon, I mean, there's been a couple of little awkward touches, a couple missed touches, but for the most part, they've been doing a great job keeping the ball in front of them, keeping the momentum pushing forward, and going for little challenges like that certainly does help in their favor. What I've really liked, though, has been how well Chisholm has been able to capitalize on STMC's little mistakes. Whenever there's been the odd missed touch or the odd whiff, there's been a Chisholm Maroon player there, it feels like, each and every time. And it's just been a little bit of a war of attrition. That's going to be the first own goal of the season. There's got to be one every stream. It's good that we get it out of the way in game number 1. As we watch this again, Mountain still without the do, put it towards the net, and UTG just draining it. Unfortunately, it's against their own team. So there you go. Also, just going to have to straight up ask, although I'm assuming the assumption is there, has the mic been fixed? Because people have stopped kind of talking about it. It seems like everything's going okay. I'm assuming things are sounding good, but if you want to keep responding in that chat, please feel free to interact. Please let us know that things are still sounding A-okay, as we see UTG kind of go for that backboard setup. Now going to be looking for that next sort of play right now, as the ball's going to roll into the corner. Apparently still not the greatest mic situation. That's going to be getting fixed up, hopefully, as we go. Watch UTG through the corner. Challenge from Walker. Doesn't go too far with it. Ball held up in the air. Lasso, light touch down towards the box. Relatively easy read for the defense to play out of their own side. Looking like this game isn't going to have that miracle comeback this time around. Haven't seen enough from STMC Black on that attacking half to really warrant a massive comeback. What we are going to see is another drained shot. Mountain still without the do. Now 4 goals on this opener. As we watch this one again, just driving it straight down the middle and in. 7-0 lead. We have a chance to open up this season with the Brazil scoreline, everybody. If that doesn't get you excited, I mean, well, that's probably because you were hoping for a closer opening matchup, but Brazil scorelines, always fun. Always something to have a good, sensible chuckle out. Cold ice, nearly able to find that breakaway straight down the center. Will go to gets the ball toward backboard. Mountain still without the do. Will clear it back across the middle. And that will get the ball to that far corner. Setting up. Lasso swings. Lasso misses. That'll be Walker now with control. UTG challenge. Ball bounced off that top backboard and eventually cleared back more towards the middle of the pitch. Mountain playing it up, but won't be able to follow it up. 42 seconds remaining. Still hoping to see STMC Black get the goal line. I don't mind having a chuckle at funny scores, so maybe they'll be able to break something here. But it's really just been strong midfield and strong boost control working in favor of that Chisholm Maroon side. We haven't really seen STMC like confidently press towards that middle of the pitch. That mid boost by UTG grabbed right there, probably the first one this team has been able to grasp as a whole, and maybe they can turn it into something. Lasso, though, will clear it back towards the middle. Coldest Ice doesn't have the momentum to follow up that touch. And now the pass play up the pitch sets up Walker so clean. 1-2 backboard 1 gets it done. An 8-0 lead as we watch this one again. It wasn't an aerial pass play. It was a bit of that ground and pound, but it definitely does go through. So fantastic stuff and really great to see. Did you guys see Phase 1 in North America? Not quite. Wasn't able to catch the final. There's been too much esports. But, Steph Bentley, I have to ask, were you able to catch the Renegades topping Ground Zero? Because I think that was an even bigger upset in a sense, considering how dominant Ground Zero was last time. Of course, I'm talking about the Oceanic Rocket League. That's neither here nor there. Although, it is here, because we're here in OCE. Support your Oceanic Rocket League seed. Support these high schoolers and support Chisholm Maroon because they're going to go ahead and take this opening series or opening game 1-0 in the series, 9-0 in the game itself. Ball will eventually touch the ground. Lasso is actually going to look to make it 10-0. Gets it off the post and in. However, that's going to come through. Sad. I'm a fan of Ground Zero. Oof. Look, this is what I'm going to say, Seps. Odds are Ground Zero will be fine. Just like Chisholm Maroon, most likely it's going to be fine. And if it makes you feel, well, actually, if it makes fans of SCMC Black feel any better, I mean, they're in kind of the same position that Ground Zero themselves were in at one stage when the Renegades actually took them down 10-0 in one of the grand final games. As it stands, Chisholm Maroon definitely looks like the stronger team right now, and I'm going to go back to the fact that a lot of it has come through that midfield control. The midfield play out of Chisholm Maroon has been quite suffocating, to say the very least. For the most part, they've been able to keep pressure and keep control of those 2 midfield boost packs. The few times we've seen SCMC Black actually get to that midfield boost, they have been able to at least set up one shot, but they've never been able to keep anything consistent. And it comes just from the forward thinking, I think, of Chisholm Maroon, both figuratively and literally. Whenever they were on defense, they were having that wherewithal to sort of cheat a player forward. We saw that come through with that great ground and pound pass play that did make it, I think at the time, 7-0. So the goal wasn't that significant, aside from how stylish it was. And don't get me wrong, I love me my stylish goal, so that's all well and good. However, if we're going to see SCMC Black get back in this one, I need to see less unforced mistakes. I want to see more pressure given to the side of Chisholm Maroon, give them less space on the pitch to work with, and maybe they'll be able to turn it down and bring it back right there, as it looks like the mic's still having a bit of issues. That's not the great thing we're hearing to see. Again, hopefully we'll be able to get that one fixed up as soon as possible. I do apologize for the mic situation. Not too sure what realistically is going on there, but hopefully we will be getting sounding very good in the very near future. as we do continue along with this match. See if, no, that didn't, as we do, okay, here we go. Back with you, sorry about that. Either way, we're going to see UTG looking to pass up the forward, swinging a miss by Ademo. The KFC Mountain still without the do. Is going to be the one who tries to collect, and UTG did respond in kind, and this is exactly what I was talking about, though. SCMC Black needed to play it a little bit more forward. They need to challenge more in that middle of the pitch. Mountain still without the do is able to create some of that space right there, and swinging a miss from Walker opens the door for the Vein Killer. Able to create some space, but immediately we see SMC Black fall all the way back. They had 3 people on defense with the ball in the orange side corner, and that is just too much space to be giving away to the Chisholm Maroon side. I do believe Chisholm Maroon right now, though, they're still content to sit back on defense and kind of wait for the overcommit. Perhaps Mountain still without the do, still without boost as well. Water falling down, not able to turn that into a shot just yet. Ademo will be the one who tries to play it across the center. Awkward pass should be capitalized upon. UTG slowing the ball down into the corner, where they'll be looking to collect with someone in the middle of the pitch. No one to be found just yet, as Walker will keep that ball held up high, swinging a miss from up above. Mountain still without the do, collects off that backward shot from UTG, a little bit high, follow up from Ademo, not quite the touch they needed as well. Mountain without the do was able to make the play from underneath. Lasso now follows it up, and here comes the Chisholm attack off the backward. A chance Ademo is going to be able to clear some space, but Lasso's already there, deciding not to pressure into the corner. Big bump from Ademo, actually slowing down that mid-pitch rotation. That's how you create the space for STMC Black. They're not going to turn it into a shot just yet, but what they are going to turn it into is some offensive pressure, specifically through that corner. Vein Killer back across the middle, interception by Walker, who maintains possession, doesn't collect the boost, but still has the pass to Lasso, who backed away. Opted for the solo play instead. I kind of wanted to see the pass in that situation. It's not as if Chisholm's going to get punished this time around, though. Lasso from underneath probably won't be able to get to the play if there's power behind it, and that's why you see Walker kind of taking advantage with Lasso stuck in no man's land. Good setup, though. It's a meatball up for grabs. Typically, you'd want to see a shot there. Chisholm, now a little bit of that passive bug as well. They're sitting back. They're playing a lot more reserved than what we saw in that opening game as, Walker goes for the dunk play, double commit. This could be dangerous, though, because Mountain stays committed, and that's going to be a 1-0 lead in favor of the Chisholm Maroon side. Good little bounce back right there as they're able to find that goal off the backboard. Seps Bentley, haven't you ever been told it's rude to ask another player's rank? I bounce between plat and diamond. I am not the highest ranked player in the world. In fact, I am quite lowly ranked at this game. It turns out once you pass that age of 25, your mechanics go out the window quite rapidly. As it stands, Lasso still going to be working that corner. Walker with a chance. Actually has a nice 50 go their way, but UTG will be able to fall through in that middle of the field. Lasso in that upper corner is going to try to create some space right there. Wise Vein Killer, though, able to find that mid-pitch first. Double commit by the defense. Good touch is made, and with the dish down to Lasso. Very smart follow-up, actually. Lasso already committing towards that side, committing towards the boost. And sometimes I talk about, particularly on the defensive side of the field, it's not enough always to make the save, but you really need to find that correct touch. And a lot of times you can tell how forward-thinking a team is by how they play defense. If they're looking to bang the ball every time and not necessarily looking to synergize with your teammates' rotations, that's quite frequently where you'll see a team look good on defense, but never have that return pressure. And something that Chisholm has been doing quite well is every single defensive touch, and yes, don't worry, we saw that go from Walker 2-0 lead, but every time we've seen that strong defensive touch from Chisholm, they're always looking to either connect with their player or just making sure that they hit the gap of the SCMC rotational play. And that's been something that is really strong, and a big reason why STMC has struggled to be consistent when on that attacking side of the field. I mean, we see it again right there. There was all the chance in the world for Mountain to just bang that ball through, but instead they go for the delicate touch, go for the delicate pass, and as a result, it's much easier for Chisholm to get that ball right in front of the net. Now let's see what UTG does. Just a bang, not forward thinking, and in theory, there should have been a player in the middle of the pitch able to catch that. So perhaps that was a situation where UTG was able to sort of spot that gap right there and bang it through. However, I feel like against most teams, And usually against Chisholm, they should have been in the middle of the pitch ready to shut that one down. So it's these little things on defense that sometimes are the difference. In the end, though, you got to touch the ball first, and that's something that Chisholm Maroon fails to do. Good little shot right there coming off of, well, that time what was a weaker defensive touch. Wise Vein Killer, top center bin, 109 kilometers per hour, and we got ourselves a 2-1 game. 13 seconds left. Maybe they're going to be able to bring this one back. As we hit our final 10 seconds, do they got the miracle in them? It's not looking likely, not with the ball in their own back corner. Wise Van Kaler has a peek, but isn't going to be able to follow this one through. Losser will be the one who gets the touch ball held up high. Eventually will come crashing down. No one underneath to collect that pass. And we have ourselves a 2-0 series lead for Chisholm Maroon. A lot closer game number 2 than game number 1. However, even though SCMC Black got that goal, my points about the way how Chisholm plays defense, I think, is still reigning true. And that has been translated to that shot differential. It was 8 shots to 3 when we took a look at the end right there. It's been pretty much in control of the Chisholm side. They were a little bit less forward playing in game 2 than game number 1. More often than not, they were willing to fall back and strangely enough to their own corners, which left the middle of the pitch open. So it was far from a perfect showing from the Chisholm Maroon side. However, for the most part, they were able to connect. They were looking for some of those corner dishes, and then they would translate that to offensive pressure. So I can understand why that was their focus this game. It definitely seemed like they had a game plan and they were executing it no matter what SCMC was throwing at them. And it got them the win. So they get that dub. They advance to 2-0 for SCMC Black. Back against the wall. We've seen reverse sweeps before. We've seen reverse sweeps on season openers before here at XP. So we're definitely not writing this game off. It still is possible, and STMC did show improvement. I just need to see more intelligent defensive play coming from that blue side. They need to be able to really connect with each other, with their teammates when playing defensive Rocket League. I think when they get on the attack, you can see they have that striking capabilities. The shot accuracy was strong enough for what it needs to be. We just haven't seen enough of that yet, as we are on the pitch for our third game, and already a goal has gone through. I'm sorry you guys didn't quite get to catch that. It was Lasso putting it in straight away. I do believe we will get the replay. It was just a shot from Lasso across the center of the pitch, off that top crossbar and in. And before we even get going, it is a 1-0 lead in favor of Chisholm Maroon. Hold on to that one. They'll be able to take this one all the way, as I believe we may have seen a sub. Not too sure just yet. No sub. Just a demo. Still rocking it for the SMC Black side. UTG going for a little bit of a dribble play. Tries to connect with a demo underneath. I like that. That's how you want to connect with your team. It won't result into a goal this time around. But what it will result into is some attacking pressure coming from Chisholm Maroon. Very brief pressure though, as Ademo with a chance actually wins the 50 against the double commit, but isn't able to keep it straight. Now Mount with no do is going to get bumped off the play. Good follow through by Lasso though to try to create some space, but UTG was already there waiting. Goes for a dribble play yet again with Ademo underneath to follow it up. These two looking to connect when attacking with the ball. Haven't found their mark, but there's still 4 minutes to go. And I imagine if we do see FTMC stay persistent, they may find something. Lasso though with that touch actually beats out UTG, forces Wise Vein Killer to play in the corner, goes for the pinch, but it's read by Lasso. Will cross up the field. Now it's UTG versus Walker. Walker slows it down. Meatball in the middle. Mountain gets there first. The shot is accurate, but Ademo plays it forward and doesn't allow themselves to get bumped right away. Walker did get the Dembo at the tail end, but that's not enough to stop UTG getting it to the backboard. Mountain, though, able to find the pass all the way up to Lasso, again showing those strong defensive touches. Love seeing it from this Chisholm side, how they're able to sync up, how they're able to synergize in that fashion. But more opportunities being taken by STMC Black at the moment. They're doing a very good job right now keeping the ball on the one side of the pitch, but no one's going to challenge Walker, and that's going to create some space. Ball middle of the field. Walker actually finds a demo, and Lasso tries to push the ball where the demo happened. Got a little bit further with it. Now a chance at opening. UTG does enough to make the save. Walker follows it through. Ball off the backboard, open net! Oh, Mountain unable to find the read this time around, and that will lead to Wise Vein Killer clearing it back across the middle of the pitch. Now an opening the other way, off the backboard, UTG gets it through, and we have ourselves a tie ball game. SCMC striking back This was a case of Chisholm playing a bit too far forward. Lasso goes for the boost after failing on the shadow defense. Walker can't wrap it back around. Good backward pass and setup. Not as fast as I would have liked to see it, but definitely going to be enough to get themselves in striking position. So now, tie ball game. Halfway through game number 3. Do or die for the side in blue. STMC Black desperately need to win this one if they want to open up their season with a chance at that reverse sweep. Walker, though, will be the one playing a little bit of defensive ball right now, popping it up for Lasso, who tries to create some space from above, not quite able to get to the second touch in time. That's going to be Mountain still without the do, who finds that second read through the corner, looking to set up Lasso. Shot is in through traffic. Chisholm Maroon. Great individual effort right here from Mountain still without the do. Finds that pass, and then in the double commit, Lasso just had that extra bit of elevation there, finding the strike, finding the lead. Chisholm Maroon 2-13. Can they hold on? Demo's in a really good spot right now. Going to try to center this one up. A swing and a miss from the first defender. But the rest of STMC playing a bit further back. Eventually, UTG did play it forward, but isn't able to get there in time. And now we see Chisholm looking to give themselves that 2-goal cushion, but it's Ademo with the interception. Ademo going for the aerial. Lasso again always just seems to have that elevation for each and every one of these challenges. Really, really strong player in the skies. Good instinct, but so too is Ademo. Get a little CJ-esque right there with how he's able to cut that one away. Eventually, it will be Wise Van Killer. He'll fall through from behind. Walker throws it down. Wise Van Killer swing and a miss. Ademo swing and a miss. Uh-oh. Oh, you don't want to see back-to-back whiffs like that. That's going to cost you all the attacking pressure, and when you need it the most, that tends to lead to an unfortunate time. Demo, challenge, loses out. Now Mountain still without the do. Will clear it across that center pitch, looking to follow it up from behind. Shot taken. It's on target, and no! Wise Van Killer makes the save from behind. A very, very nice save. A desperate one that could have spelt the end of this series. Now it is STMC with a chance. They get close, but they don't quite put it in just yet. Ademo passing it back. Oh, cannot connect with the team across the center. And Lasso will be the one who presses forward to punish this one away. Walker putting one up, waterfalling it down. Do we have a look? We got a double commit. The Wise Van Killer from behind will be able to clear some space. They don't connect on the pass forward, though, and here comes Mountain still without the do. Mountain still with the backward. Mountain still setting up the shot. Lasso can't put it straight. The net was open. That would have been the dagger. Instead, we play on. 35 seconds to go. SCMC running out of time to find this equalizer. Mountain without that do is still trying to play this one through the corner. Strong defensive rotations, but again, SCMC, they're creating space, but they're not capitalizing on it. The touches are more out of desperation than opportunity, but with the breakaway, it doesn't go in. Still a chance. Van Killer had the shot lined up, but Ademo cuts them off. UTG versus Lasso, and again, it's Lasso fighting that elevation, winning the 50, and now clearing it to safety. The net was open, the chance was there, but the panic mechanics came through, and Chisholm Maroon survive a late attack out of SCMC. Dramatic ending to what looked like a one-sided affair. However, it's the start of the season, and if STMC can be taking anything away, they're looking better and better with each and every game, but better and better isn't always good enough. Chisholm Maroon, they come through a 3-0 series sweep with a 10-0 game 1, a 4-2, I believe, game 2, and a, 2-1 game number 3. Really, really, really well played by that Chisholm Maroon side. Now, for us, we still have more Rocket League for you. That was only the opener. We're going to have a second match in just a few moments after the break, starting around 5:10 in theory. It is going to be STMC Gold taking on the ATC Irish Warriors 8. That's going to be a Group B matchup, one that you're going to want to catch right here on the stream, so don't go too far. More XPHSL when we return.
something to hold on to. I can't help how I think about you. You've moved on like I'm about to. Cause you don't really know now. Cause you don't really need love.
Strangest addiction. I could say I'll quit without any conviction. Broke my own heart this time for believing that a ghost could find a body alive that hasn't seen the other side. So don't call me, I'll find something to escape my mind. What's the cause when there's no love lost between us? So burn the letters. There's a tragedy in every ember. In every ember. In every strangest addiction. I could say I'll quit without any conviction. Broke my own heart this time for believing that a ghost could find a body alive that hasn't seen the other side. So don't call me, I'll find something to escape my mind. There's a tragedy in every ember. What's the cause when there's no love lost between us? So burn the letters. There's a tragedy in every ember. In every ember. In every ember.
sun, the war's not over. The dawn's not that far away. Hop back on the saddle soon, you soulless soldier. The dark can consume your brain. All we ever wanted was a little air to breathe, but all we got are ashes of our old memories.
feel me now.
Welcome back, everybody. It was an exciting opening series, that is for sure. It may have been a 3-0, but credit where credit is due. STMC Black fought hard to get back into that matchup, and it almost looked like they were going to bring on the reverse sweep, but unfortunately, it was too little too late. Chisholm just a bit too strong. Overall, despite their semester off, that team absolutely still looking to be in tip-top form. However, speaking of tip-tops, all of that was realistically just the tip of the iceberg, as it does look like things are looking good to go. Mike is better now, says everybody, so we're just going to keep on powering on. You have no idea how relieved I am to see you guys celebrating that, but yeah, it does mean we do get to continue. STMC Gold versus the ATC Irish Warriors going to be our next match right now, and it's going to be a fun one. ATC, always a competitive team. Although STMC Gold, that could be, you know, the way for STMC to find a victory today, as they did come up a little bit short in that opening affair. Of course, STMC long-standing competitors, and, well, these long-standing competitors are going into the match already. So we're going to cut straight to the pitch and straight to that action, I believe. As we get ready to go, it will be STMC on the blue side, ATC Irish Warriors on the orange side. Game kicking off right now, so going straight into it. A real quick run through the lineup on that blue side of STMC Gold. Hypercore 66, Wild Wolf 2020, and Josh. However, on the side of the Irish Warriors, Yoshi Hungry, who has already found that first goal. We can see this right here, set up through the corner, a bit of a fake for the second touch. Yoshi Hungry puts it through. You also have Sel Yaboriri, I don't know, as well as Terminic. Interesting names. Tougher ones to pronounce either way, but we are still continuing along. Terminic going to be the one who kind of clears up some space across the middle of the pitch as we sort of go over expectations, I feel like, from these teams. Now, when we do design this league, it is Conference A and Conference B. Each of these conferences, 6 teams aside, Conference C with 5. But the name of the game is to try to qualify as far up in your group as possible, because only a select number of teams make their way to that playoff. And the best way to do that, obviously, is to win as many games as possible in this double round robin. Now, traditionally, a lot of our tournament winners have come from either Conference A or Conference B, which is why we do like to focus on these two. Conference A will have a bit more experience overall, but a lot of times the more fun matchups have come from Conference B in and of itself, and it's where you've seen tighter competition and, you know, more of upsets, more of those Game 5 reverse sweep situations. And I'm a little bit surprised to see, you know, 2 ATC Irish Warriors teams in this conference. Typically, we do kind of split the schools up. However, this time we felt like both of these schools, and both of these teams, I should say, did belong in the same group. And I do hope at some stage we do get to watch that sister matchup between the 2 Irish Warriors sides. Already, Irish Warriors 8, the higher number, does not mean it is their 8th team. I do believe it is reference to sort of what year the students are in. And they're coming out looking pretty strong right now. They've done a good job in terms of ball control. We've seen some instances of double commits and some instances of, you know, a little bit of a slower pace from what we've seen, especially when compared to Chisholm Maroon, who is probably going to be our tournament favorite. However, the Irish Warriors as a whole, they've been looking solid from top to bottom, and you'd sort of expect that, but you would also expect STMC Gold to be a team that will be looking to bounce back. Again, this school has a long history of Rocket League, particularly through XP. They are always contenders in some facet. You rarely see an STMC Gold or Black team not really make it to a playoff situation. This team does come with a bit of those expectations, but STMC also has kind of been that school that doesn't always have the hardest starts in this season, but then we'll eventually bring it up and look more informed later and later we go, although at the moment,
I think ATC is looking very informed right now. The Irish Warriors able to find their second goal. A bit of an aerial play off that backboard, finds the touch, redirect goes through. And that's going to be a 2-0 lead for the Irish Warriors. Looking very strong. Yeah, Jake Boz, I think you do have a bit of a fan base. Twitch chat screaming for you. You're going to have to ask, when would we get to see you on the pitch? Because right now, well, you're not there, but ATC, they're pretty happy with how things are going nonetheless. I would have to think. Double commit on defense is actually Jost who takes possession of it. Cell, though, will play it into the corner, slowing the pace down, has boost to work with. Going to go for something off the backboard. I think it said it's a delicate dish down. And that's going to force a weird pass back from Cell. Does get cut down by Wild Wolf. Oh, feeling backflip. Cell turns it into a fake. And that sets up Cell for the second shot as well. Good bit of team play trickery from the Irish Warriors to find the goal right here. I love this. They fake. Then Yoshi goes for the setup. Kind of got bumped off it, but Cell sticks with the play and is able to bang it through. 3-0 lead in favor of the Irish Warriors. Very much in control as Wild Wolf struggling to get moving off the kickoff. A little bit disconcerting. Should be all right. Should be able to get back into the action, I would imagine, as, Hyper is kind of sitting in the goal. I always get a little critical when I see dedicated goal keeps, and I'm hoping that's not what SDMC is kind of falling back to. You can see how they nearly got punished right there. Hypercore not quite able to call it back for the touch, but the shot was not accurate enough. Instead, we see the double commit through the corner. Cell will look to hold it in place now from the ceiling. Has a look around, looking for that next touch. It comes from Terminic from underneath, and now we have ourselves a 4-0 lead. As we watch this one again, Cell from above, but it's Terminic from below, shooting through traffic, making it a 4-0 advantage. Hi, how you doing? Good to see you, man. Good to see you in the chat. As we watch Terminic now playing it out from that corner, actually getting chased by two defenders who helped Terminic out by pushing it more towards that net, setting up Yoshi hungry, who's hungry for that goal. Second one of the game. 5-0 lead now for the Irish Warriors as we get to catch this one more time. Bang. Does that count as a dunk? Like, genuinely, because it was off the defender who probably wasn't making the save right there. It was a delicate touch, but Yoshi still was able to hit it through. I want to give him credit. I want to call it a dunk, but just because I like to give players props. I'm not sure it's a proper dunk, but it's still a very nice goal. And Yoshi now with the backward setup has Termic, who crosses up Josh, but it's not quite placed in accurate enough. Find that goal. We do see a bit of a rotation back right now. Hyper with the attempt to clear some space. Doesn't clear too much besides that initial touch, and whoa, bumpage. Middle of the pitch right now. Eventually does wind up in possession of one Yoshi hungry. He's going to look for that second play. A bit of traffic underneath. Eventually it's won out by Hyper, who will take it all the way into the corner, but won't be able to take it past. Very strong touch from Cell. That actually gets the defense a bit off balance, setting up Yoshi hungry 6-0 lead. Very, very dominant opener right now coming from our orange side in this one. Second game in a row that actually starts off with the orange team with a dominant game one performance. Not quite the 10-0 that we saw out of Chisholm yet. I don't know. 4 goals, 30 seconds. Can't happen. Very unlikely. We'll see if Cell's going to be able to find something. Termic actually almost gets the waterfall setup to go through. Isn't able to make contact this time, but overall, it's very much all Irish Warriors here. Oh, what a save, Josh! Actually coming through, it looked like that waterfall was going to be tapped in, but Josh is able to find the space, and with that, probably bringing the end to the goal scoring in this game. Game number one going to be going in favor, obviously, of the Irish Warriors at this stage. Last chance for the 0-second goal, not going to come through. And the Irish Warriors 6-0 victory to open up their Game 2 campaign, or Round 2 campaign, I should say. Match 1 already has come and gone. Kind of curious, actually, what the results were for that opening matchup. So if any of you in Twitch chat know, feel free to pass them on, or if any of you behind the scenes know, feel free to pass that on, because I'm super curious who won that opening game. I feel like with the way how the Irish Warriors are playing, the kind of confidence they're displaying, wouldn't be surprised if they took that opener, and perhaps a little bit of that passive play is telling me that it could have been going the other way against them. As we sort of wait to get our second match up on the pitch. It looks like the players are jumping in and getting into it. So we'll see if they're going to be able to bring that comeback. STMC, if they are going to come back in this game, though, we're going to need to see, I think, an entire team lift, I suppose. Two of the more noticeable mistakes that I was catching on the blue side were double commits on defense in situations that didn't warrant it, as well as just sometimes just straight up whiffs. Case in point, double commit there, but hey, you know what? That's going to turn into a goal, so what do I know? Bob Hides, who's coming in off the bench, is able to push this one straight and into a goal. We're also seeing Jurassic Pro. We're seeing a complete lineup shift, actually, on the STMC Gold side. Two new players jumping in who were not in game number one. So bring in the subs, and maybe with the sub lift, we'll see a better showing from the STMC side. Irish Warriors won this Mr. All right. So thank you, Mr. Shab, for bringing that information to light. Apparently, Irish Warriors 8 beat Irish Warriors 7, 3-2 in their series. So definitely that explains how hot out of the gate Irish Warriors 8 were. Whenever you win a 5-game series, you're definitely going to be coming in feeling that mojo, feeling very, very keen. Get out there and keep that momentum moving forward. STMC Gold, not too sure how they went, but it's interesting to see that this is just like a rotating lineup. Speaking of, we also have a sub as well on the side of the Irish Warriors 8, X2 Slate 77 jumping in. So each of these teams taking advantage of their larger roster right now, looking to try and find a victory as we watch Bob Hides take to the sky, looking for an aerial play, actually gets the light touch, but X2 Slate was able to get to the safety of the corner, and now we get a bit of a counter attack on that Jurassic Pro we'll be able to read. Now, this is actually really interesting to me, how both teams have opted for subs into Game 2, and I low-key love this. It's something I've been calling for a little while at some of the top-level play. I've always loved the idea of a bubble team hold the thought cell with the redirect. Push it through. Watch this one again. So to see that light touch come through at the very end right there, and that's going to get it into the goal. But something that I've noticed, and I've always wanted to see, is a bubble team with a 4 or 5-man roster that's willing to switch it up in between games, just to change the look and the style depending on the opponent that they come up against. I've always wanted to see what a fluid Rocket League team would look like when they get to play with the roster. Very akin to what Overwatch used to be like back in the early days. That's not what you want to see. Two players swing, both of them miss. 2-1 lead in favor of the Irish Warriors, and watching this again in slow motion, a little bit painful, but you see both of the problems that kind of STMC faced in that opening game rearing its ugly head. Strange double commit followed by an unfortunate swing and a miss, and all of a sudden it's a 2-1 lead in favor of the Irish Warriors, who are looking to make it a 2-0 series lead if they're able to hold on to this small advantage. Cell goes for the aerial play. Jurassic Pro shuts it down. Now we watch Bob Hides being that player pushing forward. Ooh, another swing and a miss leads to another swing and a miss, leads to a slight tap, but a punishing play nonetheless. That's not the time to slow the tempo down, apparently, for Cell, who will try to follow it through underneath, create some space across the center, but only a bit. It's looking good for Yashi, who is hungry for one more goal, perhaps. Gets the ball off that backboard, looks to find X2 Slate, yet a defender was able to get underneath it. That's good to be able to create the space in those types of situations. Still very forward playing, actually. ATC Irish Warriors, they're really looking, when on the attack, to just play two players super far forward and keep one defender super far back. It's a way to mitigate perhaps some of that over-aggressiveness. Just got to make sure that one defender doesn't make an unforced error. But when you slow the pace down when you're on the attack, which is something that the Irish Warriors have been doing, it does make it that much more difficult to really force that unforced error with sort of a quick play and response. Going from like slow speed to fast speed on a dime is very, very difficult. So whether it's intentional or not, I do enjoy the fact that the Irish Warriors are able to slow the pace of the game down every time they're able to get to the corner. It's just making everything for them easier overall, except for maybe scoring the goals. That might become a little bit more difficult because it does become easier for the defense to make the save, although that's not a good sign. Triple commit, half flip, make the half flip, stop back flipping, no! Going for the half flip, can't find it. That turns into the goal. Tie ball game as Bob Hides takes it all the way. You can watch X2 Slate trying to find the half flip to make the save, just unable to put it through. Breakaway goal in favor of STMC Gold, who are now 1 point away perhaps from potentially tying this series up. Oh, man. 2-2. Kickoff. Shot. Ooh, not quite accurate enough. Make it a 3-2 lead, but Definitely accurate enough to get the Irish Warriors again on that attacking side. Ball off the backboard will be read by the Wild Wolf. We see Cell now looking to play off that side wall, looking for the redirect, going for a double touch. Instead, sets it up in the box, but where's the follow-up? No one else on the side of the Irish Warriors wanted to commit to that play. This is a little bit surprising because of the, again, I'm going for the tempo, right? Had that been like a screaming aerial double touch, absolutely you play further back, behind that midfield line. But if the tempo is going to be slow, it's so much harder for the defense to get a strong shot to punish. That's kind of when you want to cheat forward and go for that sort of quick snap redirect off of a weaker defensive play. That's where you can go for the interception. That's where you can apply that heavy attacking pressure. And it seems like ADC Irish Warriors, they do like playing around with the tempo of the ball, but I'm a little bit worried now that it's just playing around with the tempo for the tempo's sake, and they're not playing reactive to what they're looking to accomplish. So we're seeing the foundations being laid out, but it doesn't seem like they know where to go from there. So hopefully in the future we can see them playing a bit more proactively in regards to sort of the tempo that the game is at. That's from the Irish Warrior side. When looking at the SCMC side right now, I mean, they've been doing a lot of reactive play, just full stop. Maybe they can react with the goal right here. That's the nice second touch to the corner. Slate didn't want to be the one who banks it through. And see, now, this is exactly what I'm talking about. SCMC, they're doing what I'm saying. Because the tempo is slow, they're pushed farther forward. But as soon as it starts to get faster, that's when they start to rotate back. They're playing around essentially what is sort of the peak potential of where the defensive touches can come from. And that is a very smart way to play the game. And I love seeing it right now, particularly from a team that is actually down in the series overall. It's looking like we might get our first overtime, or do we get the 0-second or the angle? Not quite there. STMC almost gets in the buzzer beater, but instead we get our first overtime of semester/season 4 here in 2021. Golden goal situation. Irish Warriors would love to be 2 points up. They also love to be surrounding that ball right now. They get a bit of space created up in the skies, and X-Slate's going to try to follow through. Goes for the dunk, but Wild Wolf pulls it on, and Cell, all right, going to clear it all the way to their own corner before slowing this one down. Has an attacker cheated forward, then they get in each other's way yet again. That's going to be an easy clear for Jurassic Pro, who gets past not one but two attacking members of the Irish Warrior side. A chance is going to be shut down by Yoshi Hungry. Doesn't quite have the boost to follow that one up along the corridor, but meatball is still going to be served, and it's Wild Wolf whose hungry shot target saved by Cell. He won't, again, feel the confidence to follow this one up. Jurassic Pro is going to have to be the one who tries to get some sort of forward momentum. It leads to a pass down underneath. Double commit coming from the orange side, and uh-oh, goalkeeper. Those are always scary, but this time Bo Hides is going to be there for the touch, for the clear, and now maybe for the attacking play. A good flick could end it. Defense holds on for now. That was risky. Very risky clear to the corner, leads to a follow-up shot. Backboard read by Seldo, keeps the ball out of danger for the immediate future, and a pinch as well. This could be an aerial shot. It's looking a bit too tight, however, as well as Jurassic Pro making that read. That's going to set up Yoshi again through that corner. Ball in front of the net. Doesn't look like the Irish Warriors wanted to commit to that one. Playing a bit further back once more. Pentas to give up all of that space back over to the SCMC side. Very, very surprising. The ball does make its way to the middle of the pitch, where Bob Hides is going to create that little bit of space with the pop as well. We do see Cell put one up. All through underneath. Doesn't quite get there in tide. Now Bob puts another lighter touch up. Jurassic Pro will collect it across that middle of the pitch, praying it forward right now. A lot of space taken. Two defenders beat. Ball in the box. Bob Hides had a look, but was a bit too far back. Each of these teams perhaps playing a little bit too reserved, but now is an opportunity. Wild Wolf had a chance, couldn't put it straight. Ball still in the box, but it will be cleared out. No one from STMC committing for the shot just yet. As we wait to see another scoring opportunity, perhaps it's a weak meatball. Someone's got to go for those. That hesitation once more from both these teams. If no one's going to take the chances, if no one's going to take the strikes, they're going to be gridlocked forever, I fear. Eventually, Bob Hides, though, is starting to play this one forward, looking to get that through the corner. The net is open. The touch could be good. But in trying to line it up, it does look like X-Slate got the demo, and Yoshi was able to get the clear. Still, a lot of attackers kind of jammed up in that side corridor, but with one touch, it punishes the double commit. A chance for Jurassic Pro. It's shot, it's off the crossbar, and it is eventually in. Wild Wolf ties the series up 3-2 after a near 3-minute overtime, 2 minutes 47 on the clock. Really well played. Finally able to get that one through. Great turnaround from STMC Gold. And they were the team, as I kind of highlighted at the end of regulation, that were more willing to play around the tempo of the game. Was it perfect? No. But it's getting there. And that was how come they scored the goal at the end. The tempo slows down. The offensive rotation's able to cheat a bit further forward than where you typically would want had the pace been a bit faster. And it gets them that goal when the ball is lingering in front of the net for a little bit longer than perhaps what the Irish Warriors would like. Now, moving forward, we might see some more swaps. We might see some returning players. I'm not too sure with these two teams. They definitely like to play with their rosters, although if I'm on that SCMC side, I'm thinking I want to keep what I have because it's looking pretty solid right now. Best of 5, it's become a best of 3. 2 more games needed to take this series out. It's going to be exciting to see who's going to come out next. As soon as the players do ready up, we will get right back into it. On that Irish Warriors side, yeah, I like their Game 1 lineup. I think it was a little bit stronger than the Game 2 lineup. I think they were a lot more proactive then, and they were a lot more willing to commit for shots. Both teams definitely were sort of hesitant, a little bit more hesitant than I would like. And I'm not saying go full ball chase mode, do not get me wrong, but there is such thing as that happy little medium, and maybe we will get into it with this next game. As it does look like we are going back to the pitch right now. It's time for game number 3. I'm excited to see what sort of sub action we get for this third one because I feel like we are going to get something different. Timer should be kicking down any moment, and we will be getting straight into that action. All right, who do we have right now? Quickly going through it. STMC Gold. We still have Bob Heights. We still have Hypercore. And we have Yoshi Hungry finding an opening goal, but we also have Josh on that side. Josh coming in with a bit of fanfare, I feel like. That's going to be exciting to see. However, for the side of the Irish Warriors, yes, Yoshi Hungry getting that first goal, as well as Termic, as well as X2 Slate. And are working together for Team ATC. Let's see how they work this one out. One quick goal in favor of the Irish Warriors. They would love to find a second, but at the moment it's actually going to be STMC Gold, who were all 3 members on the attacking half with the ball in front of their net. Where are the STMC side? Where are they? Chris Chet, I'm asking you. I'm looking around. Oh, there's one. There was one there. Too little, too late. 2-0 lead now. I like the confidence of going for plays and playing it that far forward. Do not get me wrong, but you cannot be 3 players cheating because that opens up half the pitch, and now it opens up a 2-0 lead for the Irish Warriors. We'll see if they're going to be able to bounce this one back. Bob Hides putting one towards the net, but Hypercore is going to have that read. Eventually, X2 Slate, it gets above, and we got it! No! Hypercore committing the cardinal sin of breaking the Rule 1. My goodness. I apologize for the children watching at home at that disparaging act out there. Obviously, someone has competition on the mind. Obviously, someone wants to turn this around and kind of showcases how serious this event can be. Rule 1's not allowed here. It is go hard or go home right now. My goodness. However, you know what they say, breaking Rule 1 sometimes leads to some bad karma going your way, at least on that Rocket League pitch. And if I'm Hypercore, I've got to be a little bit careful. Unless, of course, you find a goal. Maybe you can break the bad karma with a good play yourself. Losing possession, though, Hypercore kind of stuck spinning in no man's land. Eventually the clear happens right in front of their face. Bob Hides going to be the one who's going to try to set something up through the corner. Has a chance for the dunk. It makes it look so easy. Bob Hides bobs that one in. 2-1 game, as SCMC Gold is able to find a goal right there. Just had that dunk red. That one came across like a ones play, realistically. They're going to be happy with that strike now, 2-1. SCMC Gold is going to be looking to find an equalizer. There's a lot of time left in game number 3, so we don't need to be going too crazy just yet as we watch Hypercore go for the play. Swing and a miss. Teammates bump into each other, X-Late and Yoshi. A little bit of a communicational breakdown. Looks like from the ATC Irish Warrior side. As now Josh tries to line himself up. Doesn't really commit for the shot, but eventually things will bounce out to an awkward spot. Look, I'm trying my hardest not to pick favorites in this one, okay? I promise you I'm trying hard not to pick favorites, and I know everyone loves Josh as we see that shot come through. But Josh is driving a Paladin, okay? That is the single ugliest car in the game. And I will always argue that one. So we have the team with what's looking like one of the single ugliest card choices in the game. And I know meta-wise it's super strong. You've got that wide hitbox. It does its job. But between that And Bob Hyde's breaking rule, or sorry, it wasn't Bob Hyde's, but I would not tarnish Bob Hyde's beautiful name. Bob Hyde is the one who I'm, kind of rolling with. But no, between that and Hypercore breaking that rule 1, it's hard not to kind of be a little bit biased perhaps on that Irish Warrior team. Not when they make critical minutes like that, though. That's when you actually look to punish. That seems to gold. Perhaps has a chance right here. Bob Hyde's trying to find something, setting up Josh, who can't quite make the cut for the shot. 2 minutes remaining. Just over, I should say. Actually, the ball's going to wind up into the corner. Slate hangs that one a little unnecessarily. I don't think the teammates were expecting that as well because they were cheating forward. Now the net is open for Bob Hyde, who tried to slow the pace down, and this time Yoshi going to be there for the read. Counterattack going back up the other way. X2 Slate, light touch from underneath, is going to find that goal, and ATC Irish Warriors make it a 3-1 advantage for the orange team. Twice now both these teams caught kind of cheating a little bit too far forward, and it's just that touch across the center that puts their opponents out in front. 3-1. ATC Irish Warriors. Just under 2 minutes to hold on to this lead. Will be Bob Hyde's taking it across that middle of the pitch. From underneath, though, Termic is going to be able to create a little bit of space. Oh, teammates bump into each other. No! Oh, that's a painful one for STMC as we get to watch this one again. You can see Termic just trying to put it to the middle. Hyper, not sure what Hyper was going for there, but we talk about what happens when you break Rule 1, people. That's the Rule 1 curse coming through. Hyper breaks Rule 1 earlier in the game and scores an own goal like that. And now, okay. Fake kickoff leads to another goal. As we sort of watch this one come through. Jurassic just, fakes out Josh as well. And that's going to lead to another goal. And now it's a 5-1 lead for the Irish Warriors. Here we go. 5-1. Kickoff gets that ball more towards the backboard. Jurassic Pro trying to follow that one through underneath. That's going to be able to create some space across the center. Termac trying to work with it. I mean, look, I'm a little bit worried right now for STMC Gold. There's a bit of a communicational breakdown, it sounds like, happening. And you can see it translating onto the pitch right now. Fake kickoffs leading to open nets. Own goals from across the middle of the field. STMC, they're going to probably lose this game, and they're going to be in threat of losing the series right now. And it's going to be a challenge. Look, Jake Boss, I can't believe it either, although Jurassic Pro's going to find a goal on the tail end. Try to catch this one again. I'm not sure. Was Jurassic Pro in from the start? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think Jurassic Pro was in at the start of this game. I think that might have been a mid-game sub coming through right now. I could be incorrect right there. We do see Josh sort of sitting back right now. Termac is going to try to create a bit of pressure. Ball off that post. We do see Termac keeping more of that attacking pressure on for the time being. Looking for a play off the wall. STMC Gold tries to throw one down. That's going to wind up going back, and eventually no goals going to be scored just yet. It is a best of 5, Jake Boz. It is a best of 5. We see Yoshi Hungry try to find a shot on target, but it's not going to hit the goal this time around. Jurassic Pro gets one more delicate touch, but it's still going to lead to a lob to the skies. Termac from underneath. Has a lot of time and space to play with. Just puts one on target, and Yoshi is going to follow it up to make it a 6-2 lead. You wait for this game to sort of slow its way down to would be a bit of its lows. 6-2. We see a big demo right now. Jurassic Pro will clear it across the middle. Still 10 seconds remaining. Yeah, Bob Heights was in at the start of this game, and Bob Heights came out, and Jurassic Pro came in. Bob Heights was definitely playing at the start of this one. Termac is going to go ahead and get this. We do watch another shot and goal right here. Termac is going to be able to get it through. Very, very interesting. What is going on that STMC side? This is opening week, and you know what? If you're going to be having communicational issues like this, opening week is exactly where you want to have it. Timer is going to eventually, though, tick down, and that's going to be the end of game number 3. That's going to be a big victory for the ATC Irish Warriors right now. They are up 2-1 in this series. I'm very curious to see what happens next, because STMC Gold, they are very much, they're a team disjointed right now, to say the least. Don't get me wrong. I love the idea of the fluid team. I love players subbing in and out in between games, in-game, causing team rifts, causing open goals, causing whatever we saw there. I mean, that's never what you want to be seeing happening right now. And unless they can turn things around, I mean, the Irish Warriors, they just have to hit the ball straight, it looks like sometimes, that they're going to be getting themselves that win. So a fair bit of pressure right now definitely being placed on this STMC side. If they can keep it together, if they can finish off strong, maybe they'll be able to bring it back. As it stands, we're going to be going to the pitch for Game 4, possibly our final game of the day, if the Irish Warriors can bring it through. And off that kickoff, no one commits for it. All right, free kickoff going over to the Irish Warriors, and it looks like that Disynergy carrying through. Jurassic Crow, though, I mean, they're looking like the best player on the pitch right now. To be quite honest, mechanically, Jurassic Crow does look like the most experienced, looks like the strongest player on the pitch, and you can see them setting up Bop Hides, make that a 1-0 lead. So despite that sort of swing and the miss on the kickoff, it's going to go straight into a quick goal out of Bop, who finds the dunk. It's a 1-0 STMC Gold lead. STMC Gold looking very, very strong at the start. We see more attacking pressure actually coming from the STMC side. Remember, always to hydrate, people. Always, always hydrate. Apologies for that little bit delay right there. Still, though, it is going to be Bop Hides playing across that middle of the pitch. Jurassic Crow going to try and play that one through the corner. Ball going to be falling down, but it's a lot of swings and misses, and that could open the doorway for the Irish Warriors, who are unable to find the goal this time around. Jurassic Crow will be the one who collects it from underneath. Yoshi Hungry swings and misses. In fact, everyone's swinging and missing. A little bit of the case of the Whiffles going around, but eventually the defense will be able to cross it up. We do see Yoshi Hungry looking for a back pass. Jurassic Crow now going to get that touch. Caught in the box by Termac, follow up by Bop Hides, as that will, again, not quite hit its mark just yet. X2 Slate play this one forward as we see another defensive touch. Jurassic Crow, though, quicker to the ball than Termac on this situation, and that's going to be a very actually promising sign right now for STMC. They're going to be able to try to play this one off the ceiling. Bop Hides there, goes for the aerial. They cannot make contact on that waterfall despite that last moment adjustment, and now a little bit of space being given, but Bop Hides still fast enough to shut down that middle of the pitch as X2 Slate feels a bit backflip. No goal to be scored just yet. Jurassic Crow putting one more towards the net. Termac, good read right there to put that one directly above. Against a lot of teams, that can be dangerous, but that's because teams don't usually have two players free jump committing. Great read from the ATC side, and that does stop the goal, which would have come had that ball been placed anywhere else. Doesn't quite turn it into a goal the other way, but X2 Slate trying to get some possession going definitely will help. Wild Wolf bumped off the play. Yoshi Hungry follows it up, sees the open corner, is unable to play it in front of the box just yet as we see another pass thrown towards it. X2 Slate plays a bit too far behind, and Jurassic Crow will clear it through. Now, X2 Slate swings in a miss, and that will eventually lead to Jurassic Crow actually going for a late flick shot. Ball off the post, not quite in. And eventually Yoshi Hungry clears space. It could be a breakaway. X2 Slate just needs to hit this one straight, and does. The triple commit attack opens up the entire pitch, and with 2:22 to go in game number 4, we are tied once again at 1 apiece. This game getting very, very spicy indeed. I feel like SCMC right now, they're still looking like the stronger team actually in this 4th game. If we were to look at possession, looking at how they sort of attack the ball, they definitely have been more proactive, and they've been doing a lot to sort of cut off plays and make interceptions. That was nearly an interception, or sorry, an own goal, Termac. Not quite this time around. Bop Hides pass back down towards the center. Yoshi has a look, but Wild Wolf keeps it held up high. As we do get into that corner, Cell will be the one trying to create some space. Triple commit into the corner. Coming out of SCMC, I should say more the side more so than the corner. Yoshi gets a good touch. Nearly finds the second. Actually does so. Is able to pitch this one up, and it's going to fall down. Net looks open. Bop Hides, though, able to have that read, but Cell was playing from behind. Goes for a fake, but there's no one to fake it to. Swing and a miss, though, again coming from, well, literally every single player on the blue side, which forces Cell as well as Termac to overcommit and miss, and now we get that pass forward. Termac trying to get it around Bop Hides, but he's unable to find the second touch. Not this time. Bop Hides now with control through the corner. Trying to create something, swing and a miss by the Wild Wolf, but Jurassic Crow staying back, playing that defense, puts another one up, looking to fall through just underneath. 50-50 feet goes Termex's way, and oh no, Bob Hides and Wild Wolf again, each swing and miss. And as we get our final minute 18, it's going to be Europe who finds the solo play out of the corner for a late lead in favor of the Warriors. Watching that one again, Cell just able to navigate the traffic. And I know Twitch chat's talking about, STMC not playing defense. I don't think these players are defensive minded. I think this is an attacking team and will put on that back foot outside of Jurassic Crow, who I have seen make some pretty strong defensive touches. And a couple swings and misses every now and then. Cell with a chance to possibly find the dagger. Ball on the line, but will not go through. That said, Termex stays back. Kind of hesitates a little bit, but is able to find that gap. Good bump from Yoshi onto Jurassic Crow. Follow through shot from Termex. Not quite enough power to find that goal. Under a minute left to play. STMC on that back foot, and this one could go in. Jurassic Crow again just able to keep that one away, and only barely. Now looking for the clear. Cell's going to shut this one down. Ball off the ceiling from underneath. Thermic has a look, but possession was controlled by Jurassic Crow. Only temporarily, though, out of the corner, possibly in. That was a little too close for comfort on the Irish Warriors side. They really wanted that goal. Now SCMC has 30 seconds, half a minute to equalize this game. Ball in the middle of the field, but Wild Wolf will push it forward. It's going to be dropped in the box. A chance, swing and a miss from Jurassic Crow. 17 seconds to go. Bob Hides again, can play setup, tries to throw it down into the corner, but there are two defenders waiting, willing to clear it out, and they challenge on through. Wild Wolf, though, holds it in place. Bob Hides off the backward, shut down by Yoshi. Wild Wolf needs to get attacking pressure, but it's another swing and a miss, and with time running down, Cell with possession. I think that's going to do it. However, Warriors didn't end. They kept it extended, and the ball's still floating. Bob Hides gets it across the middle of the pitch. There's a striking chance here. No! So close, but it is too little too late. The STMC Gold side, watch that ball drop just mere meters away from going into the net. The ATC Irish Warriors win the series 3-1. What an interesting series that was. The story of that one has to be the team synergy which developed. Irish Warriors were in sync. STMC, they came together too little too late. The notion of the 4-man, 5-man roster, it works in theory, but you need to be on that same page, and it definitely looked like games 3 in particular, not on that same page. Warriors get that win, and despite STMC arguably looking like potentially they could have been the stronger team, particularly in game number 4, you can't afford to throw any game in a best of 5. I know it's a series, and I know you might be thinking you have the confidence to take them, but every game you toss, unfortunately, is a game that can come back to bite you, which is what happened here. Also, what happened here? Well, a wonderful opening to the XPHSL semester/season 4. It was a fun day nonetheless from top to bottom, especially when we got, our little technical issues sorted out. Again, a big thank you for sitting with us through that, and a big thank you to all of you for tuning in. One last time, our matches on stream, they were a lot of fun on this one. We started off our season with Chisholm Maroon, their big return. They got that 3-0 victory over STMC Black. And then in our second match, we saw STMC Gold stumble a bit, despite at times looking like the stronger team, against the ATC Irish Warriors, who were nothing but consistent enough to get themselves that win. On behalf of myself and here at XP, one last time, I'd like to thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for all the schools for signing up for what's going to be another fantastic season. A big thank you to our sponsors as well, EPOS, for providing, the prize pool. Once again, returning to give the support we need. Those headsets are sweet, and they're going to be going to our top 2 finishers, not to mention the prizes and the support coming as well from Computer Alliance as well as ZQ Racing. They're providing support. They're not providing prizes. That was a little bit of a slip up right there. And keep your eyes open, because this might be the end of the season here, but again, there's going to be big things in the future from XP as well. So if you haven't already, please make sure to drop a like, follow, subscribe, wherever you might be happening to be viewing this from. And until next time, catch you all out there on the pitch.
Epos, the power of audio.
Can you feel me now?